gold link. Okay, so here's, if you want to register for Saturday's class and you don't have the gold link down here, like you don't have that gold link that you can tap in the bottom, go up here, tap on my green face, bam, my green face pops up again, bam. Now you're in my main TikTok profile. When you're in my TikTok profile, you're gonna see my website. When you go to my website, you're gonna see free passive income assets class here. Saturday, February 3rd, 9 a.m. Central. Just tap on that button and that's how you register. Cool? So when you're in the live, tap on the green face, tap on the green face, tap on the website. Cool? And then once you get in, come back in the comments and say I'm in. All right, so we get the idea. It's gonna take 30 years to get to the same destination. Everybody type D in the comments for destination. Superman Josh, what's up, baby? I'll see you Saturday morning. D in the comments for destination. How do I get to the same destination, but faster? But faster. Cool? Watch this. Boom. All we're gonna do is we're gonna go out here, we're gonna buy one asset. So we buy one asset, and in same destination, I get to my million. Instead of it taking me 30 years, it takes me 23 years. With one asset, we saved 7 years. What? How many of you can get at least one asset? Type 1. Like over your lifetime, can you get at least one asset? Dana, good morning. Good morning, Dana. Good to see you. One asset saved you 7 years. Instead of it taking you 30 years, everything's the same, except you bought an asset. 30 years, same destination. 23 years, same destination. I get to the same goal, but I do it in less time. It's just one asset. And then, do you think it's easier to get your second asset after you bought your first? What's the harder asset to get, your first one or your next one? The first one. So now that you got the first one, let's go get another one. So we buy another asset, bam. I buy another asset. Instead of it taking me 30 years to get to the same destination, it takes me 19 years. 2 assets saved me 11 years. I'm in! First for show! Exactly. Do you see the game? So then let's just double up. Let's just do 4 assets, we'll stop here. If I get 4 assets, I get to the same destination, and it takes me half the time. If you want to accelerate time, you have to buy assets that produce profit. That's the game. It's not stashing more money in your retirement plan. It's not chasing higher compound interest in some risky investment that your cousin Larry told you about. It's buying assets that produce profit. That's the game. So property, assets. Come over here. Watch this. We buy assets that produce profit. What is an asset? Something that cash flows. You see the subliminal marketing the entire time that you're here? What are some assets? You can buy rentals. You can buy real estate. You can buy land. You can buy ice machines. You can buy parking. You can buy laundromats. You can buy a franchise. You can buy a business. You can buy a car wash. You can buy storage. What else can you buy? What's the definition? An asset is something that produces passive income. How do you get financially free? We buy cash flow, baby. When your passive income is greater than your expenses, you're financially free. All right, what's a realistic? This is a great question. Good morning, Darwin. Good to see you. What a great name, by the way. So how many of you have this question? What's a realistic cash flow or profit per month to get from an asset? How many of you have that question? Type 1 in the comments. I retire in 3 years, I'll be 38. That's awesome. I'm in. What's up, Patty? I'll see you Saturday, 9 a.m. Can I be financially free without being yelled at? Baby, this is my voice. This is my voice. This is the artillery shells. Everybody get down. Sorry, I love you. I love you. This is not yelling. We can yell. Come over in the evening time. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so check this out. There's a framework that we walk through. This is a framework that we walk through. If you feel offended by the way that I talk, it's only going to get worse from here, and you're only going to feel more offended. That's just how it works. This is just the beginning. We haven't even gotten warmed up. We just started. So good morning. Good to see you. There's an input-output framework. I'm going to walk you through this on a high level and how you're using this framework now. I'm going to teach you how physically this exists in your world. You're just using it the wrong way. Then I'm going to show you how we apply it and answer the question of what's a realistic cash flow from an asset if I'm going to buy it. Cool? Cool? Be you, baby. Lisa, I appreciate you. Let's go. Absolutely. Yeah. And if you don't like it, I love you. There's 8 billion people on this planet. You're just not my people. If you are my people, stand up right now. Give me your favorite emoji in the comments. How many of you are having a good time this morning? How many of you can't believe you're trying to get on TikTok to scroll and waste time, but instead you're being productive learning about money? What? Give me an emoji in the comments. What's your favorite emoji? So there's a principle that Archimedes taught us, and he said, you give me a lever long enough and I can move the world. So leverage is saying I can lift 100 pounds of weight over here. And if I put the lever in the right spot, I can apply just 1 pound of effort, and I'm going to lift that 100 pounds. These are my people. Good morning to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good morning. So how do I lift this kind of weight? This is the output. This is the work that I can lift. This is the effort that I put in. The problem with what we're doing with our money is it's flipped. we have to put in 100 pounds of effort to get 1 pound of reward. Let me teach you. So let's say that does anybody know what this is? Let me know in the comments if you figure out what this is. Does anybody know what this is? Can you tell me what that is? That's a car. That's a car. It's a car. It's a toaster. Okay. It's the Cybertruck. It's a Cybertruck. So if you get in your car and you do 70 miles an hour, how much effort are you putting in? How much effort are you putting into your vehicle? Your input. Like, what is your effort input when you're doing 70 miles an hour? How much effort? Are you putting in a lot of effort? Are you putting in like very little effort? You're putting in such little effort driving your car doing 70 miles an hour that the most common reason for car accidents is distracted driving because people are looking at their phone. That's how easy it is to drive your car and do 70 miles an hour. You with me on this? So you're using the power of mechanical advantage, leverage, and a lot of other physics to help you do 70 miles an hour with putting in very minimal effort. I'm telling you this to show you that the principle exists. You don't have to work hard to get to your destination fast. If you're with me on that, say, I got it. You don't have to work hard. Sometimes working harder doesn't even help you. It doesn't matter how much you sweat inside of your car. There's a limit to the capability of your vehicle. And it doesn't matter how hard you run outside of your car. You're never going to beat your car. Cool? So us working harder could be us going in the wrong direction. That's another conversation for another time. Let's keep rolling. Now let's apply this to money. Let's say that I save money in a retirement plan and I start investing at age 25. And I do that until age 65. Somebody in the comments let me know. How many years do I put into that game? How many years? The time. I'd start saving and investing money at 25 and then I do that to 65. How many years did I put in? So my investment in time is 40 years. That's your input. Time, also money, also effort. And then over here, let's say you get to retirement and you're going to retire. And then you retire at age 65. Standard life expectancy in the United States is about 78 years old. How many years do you get in retirement? Somebody let me know in the comments. How many years do you get in retirement? We're talking about the input-output equation. How many years? 13. Do you think this is a good trade? You trade 40 of your best years, 25 to 65, for 13 of your health declining years. If you think that's a good trade, type 1. If you think that's the worst trade in all of human history, type 2. Is that a good trade? This is your input. This is you following advice of mainstream people, society, your financial advisor. Save your money for 40 years. And then your reward is you get 13 years of time. Is it? Okay, then why do we do it? Is it because they have professional licenses? Is it because they have letters after their name? Is it because they went to school for finance and you didn't? And why are we doing this? We obviously hate the equation. We obviously hate it. We don't like it. Then why do we do it? Why do we do things we don't like? Doesn't make any sense. So what can we do? Watch this. Okay, so you have to understand a couple of different principles. There's like an infinite number of principles that I can teach you, but we're going to focus on this one. Wealthy people use their money to buy time. Poor people use their time to buy money. Let me say it one more time, and then I want to hear an amen from you in the comments. Wealthy people use their money to buy time. Broke people use their time to buy money. If you want to get rich, you got to use your money differently. Watch this. So what we're going to do is we're going to use input-output equations. Same thing. I'm going to give you some examples. So we went up and we bought a duplex. You don't have to buy real estate. You can buy anything that cash flows. I know a business owner that has a funeral home that cash flows every month from memberships. We'll talk about that another time. How can I get cash flow recurring income from my business? Separate conversation. However, my input. Let's say that we took $25,000. 25K. I'm going to show you smaller numbers. I'm going to show you bigger numbers. This is the number we're using now. And I go up and I buy a duplex. That's 2 doors. Everybody type 2 in the comments. Type 2 in the comments. If you're new here, my name is Will. I go live every day and I teach you what I did to get financially free at 29. Right now we're walking through how you buy assets that produce profit. This Saturday is a free class I'm hosting. I'm going to go into depth and detail on a private group, not public like TikTok. It's free, doesn't cost you any money. If you want to learn how to buy assets that produce profit and why 2024 could be the best time ever in your lifetime, to do that, you can register with the free link down here. It's gold. You see the gold link? Go tippy tap tap on that gold link. Okay, so $25,000. And then, hey, and once you register for this Saturday's class, come back in the comments and say I'm in. Like Greg, what's up, baby? Like Greg. Okay, so I bought a duplex. I spent 25 grand. That duplex gives me a profit of $738 a month. That's after all expenses. Property taxes, insurance, mortgage, utility, like all the stuff. Setting aside money for capital expenditures like replacing my roof, my air conditioner, vacancy in case that somebody moves out and doesn't move in for a while, all of that. We're gonna lower this number from $738 to an even $500. That's my profit. Everybody type P in the chat for profit. I'm in. What's up, Los? $500 a month. Okay, so now let's go with this. 25 grand is my down payment to buy the duplex. The duplex gives me $500 a month in profit. I took 25 grand and I bought $500 a month. If I want to get financially free and my monthly expenses are say 5 grand, how many times do I need to do this? Let me know in the comments. If I have an asset that gives me $500 a month, how many assets do I need to cover all of my bills if my bills were 5 grand a month? Let me know. I need to do that 10 times. I'm teaching you how we do the game. So that gives me $5,000. What that also means is I've got to come up with 25 grand 10 times. How much money is that? 25 grand 10 times. What is that number? Somebody let me know. I'm going to do 25 down payment by the house. So I got to do 25 grand 10 times, which is what? Let me know. I'm in too. Let's go, Dave. I'll see you there Saturday. 250 grand. Okay, so 250 grand buys me $5,000 a month. Okay, let's remember this number. Can I show you what they teach you about retirement planning and their input-output equation? And then we're going to compare, we're going to vote and contrast these two ideas. I'm in, Daniel Flores. Good morning. Good morning. Did anybody notice the croc boots? Watch this. Let me show you this game. This is what the financial industry teaches you. And it's absolutely mind-boggling that they're getting away with this. It would be criminal, except the politicians own it, so it can't be criminal. So here we go. Check this out. Let me show you the numbers on this. It's loading. Okay, now watch this. So this is like a dividend calculator chart, but it's the same kind of process if you're going to stash money in a retirement plan. So let's say that you wanted to have $5,000 a month. So let's look. It's kind of in this range. So this is how much money you have to save up, $1.8 million. Then you're going to get $4,600 a month. 1.9 buys you 5,000. So let's just, is this okay? Can I just call this 2 million? Type 2 in the comments. If I can I just call this 2 million? Is that okay with everybody? Just to round up, and then we'll round this number up too. You'll get 5 grand a month, but you got to save up $2 million first. Type 2 in the comments if we're cool with that. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to take this number and bring it over to that board. I'm also going to take this number and bring it over to that board. You ready? So we got to save up $2 million in retirement planning. So let's go. Let's draw a line here. Retirement planning. First, I've got to save up. Good morning, sunshine. I got to save up $2 million. My reward, if I save up $2 million, is I'm going to get $5,000 a month. Everybody's with me, right? Question number 1. How many years is it going to take you to save up $2 million? Let me know in the comments. How many years is it going to take you to save up $2 million? What do you think? What do you think? How many years is it going to take you? Life? Man, I'm serving 25 lives, my man. Hopefully, when I'm 70 years old, I'll get parole. 50 years, 80 years. How many years? 35 years. Lifetimes, let's put an S on that. 40 years. Forever. Hey, from Italy. I like you plan. I like you plan too. Infinity and beyond. So we're going to do Buzz Lightyear. That's code. Took me 28 years. Yikes. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Man, that's crazy though. 40 years and $18,000 a year invested. Isn't that wild? That's crazy. Okay, so how many of you are like, holy crap, I don't want to do that? $2 million with all this time, there's a couple of different options on that, is going to buy you $5,000 a month. So let's go to the input-output equation. Option number 1, I want you to vote in the comments, is A. Option number 2, I want you to type R in the comments. Let me clarify, then everybody vote in the comments. Option A, you have to get $250,000. That buys you 5 grand a month. Type A in the comments if you like that option. 250 grand buys you 5 grand a month in income. Option R, retirement planning. You get to $2 million. That gives you 5 grand a month. Which one? Let me know in the comments. Take all the time you need to figure this one out. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why am I? The risk of buying rental. How many of you have lost money in the stock market inside of your retirement plan? Acting like you just put your money there and you get rid of risk. What are you talking about? What are you talking? No brainer. Okay, what if you mess it up? Let's do this. What if you're a knucklehead like me and you just mess everything up and you doubled your expense? You didn't spend 250 grand. You spend five. How do you get 10 mortgages? In the United States, an individual can have up to 10 mortgages in their name. You could also refinance and bundle multiple mortgages together under one mortgage. You could also partner with other people. You could also do DSCR loans. There's many ways, cool? So if you mess it up and you spend $500,000 and that $500,000 buys you $5,000, are you still going with option A? Now's your chance to change your answer. Option A, type it in the comments. 500 grand buys you 10 duplexes. 10 duplexes buy you $5,000 a month. 500 grand equals $5,000. Type A if you vote for A. Or do you want to change your answer and go to traditional retirement planning? You save up $2 million over 40-ish years. This is going to give you $5,000. Which one do you think? You're going to change your answer? A, R, A, R, A, R. You could mess it up and you still save $1.5 million. What are you going to do with the savings? I got an extra $1.5 million. What do I do with all the money? I got extra time. What do I do with all my time? Got it? That's the game. That's AARP. AARP, let's go. This is the game. This is crazy. Look at, I didn't realize, oh my gosh, the property will make you money long term. Now can we go deeper? If you want me to go deeper, give me a big D in the comments. Can I go deeper? If you want to go deeper, type D. If you want to move on, be like, no, stop. What are you doing? Don't be weird. You're not getting $5,000 back. You're paying mortgage, bro. Yeah, it's called profit. Debt minus income minus revenue equals profit. Yep, we bite the big green sign. Cash flow is another word for profit. Deep. Okay, here we go. Cool. Watch this. So when I buy assets, now I'm drawing pictures of real estate. That doesn't mean real estate's the only thing you need to buy. It's just an example that I'm using from an actual thing we went and bought. So the first stream of income that we buy is the rental income, right? That's one stream of income. I'm in. I'll see you Saturday. I didn't even tell it. If you're new here, my name is Will. I go live every day and I teach for free how I got financially free at 29. I bought assets that produce profit. If you want to hang out with us every day, come up here and tap the follow button right there. Boop, boop. Not heavy and it doesn't hurt. If you want to hang out with us this Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern, I'm hosting another free class. All of my classes are free. If you want to be there, I'm going to teach you a lot of the assets that we bought in 2023. Collectively, of all the assets we bought for myself or for others that I helped buy, we bought over $1 million in passive income. If you want to be there, the class is free. Doesn't cost you any money. Bring a notepad, get there early, be loud and active in the comments, and you can register down here. So come down here and tap on the gold link somewhere down here. And then once you register, come back in the comments and say I'm in. I'm in, baby, like user 494. I love it. Come back in the comments and say I'm in. Okay, what about taxes and insurance when you buy the multiplex? So that's a part of the equation. Before we buy it, we solve for profit. I'm going to figure all these numbers out before. Everybody say before. It's the order of operations, PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Before we buy the asset, we factor in all the expenses. And is there still enough cash flow for me to buy it? On Saturday, you're going to learn a framework. Side note. You ready? Can I go side note? On Saturday, you're going to learn a framework. I teach this framework inside of my passive income club, but it's also the exact framework that you can use to analyze an asset in 5 minutes or less and know if it's going to cash flow. Price, income, cost. Passive income club. Price, income, cost. If you figure out this framework, you can apply that to any asset that exists on the planet. I've bought a lot of them. Price, income, cost. I break these down into much more depth, but you're going to learn about that on Saturday. I'm in. Let's go, Miko. Let's go, Jake the Snake. But let's continue on. So the first stream of income on the first day of Christmas, first stream of income is the rental income. What is another way that you can make money inside of real estate? Let me know. What if all 5 properties don't have tendency though? Then don't buy them, okay? Price, income, cost. Amen. What's another way that real estate can make money? What's another way? You know, they say they don't wait to buy real estate. You buy real estate and wait. You buy real estate and wait. You're saying putting $25,000 down to get $5,000 profit. You're not though. No. It's all good. It's all good. Comprehension skills were not taught to all of us. I love it. All good. Love you. 25, and it's also scribbly, so it's not your fault. 25 grand buys a duplex. This is an actual thing that we own. It's not theory. That duplex actually gives us $738 a month in profit. That's after we pay for all of the expenses, including the mortgage payment, the property taxes, the insurance, and set aside money for vacancy, capital expenditures, which is just a fancy word for fixing the things up you got to fix up eventually, like air conditioning and roof. I lowered that number from $738 a month in profit to make it a whole round number for easy math for this example, to $500 a month. 25 grand doesn't buy $5,000. It buys us $500 in profit after expenses. If we do that 10 times, that's $5,000 a month, which means I've got to do this down payment 10 times, which means it was 250 grand. 250 grand buys us 5 grand a month. Then I doubled that number and I said 500 grand. What if it did that? That's still better than spending 2 million to buy 5 grand. What if we doubled it again? What if I said $1 million buys you 5 grand? Is 1 million buying you 5 grand still better than 2 million buying 5 grand? Yeah, that's half the money, which means that you can get most of your time back. You can still have the money and you can do what you want with your time. That's what we were talking about. It's all good. Sometimes I get confused too. I would say majority of the time I get confused. And also when somebody draws like this, how do you figure out what the hell's going on? I get it. So one of the other ways that I can make money from real estate is that it can appreciate in value. Everybody type A in the comments for appreciation. Appreciate in value. So the first stream of income that we always solve for is cash flow. Cash flow is how you save your butt in recessions and in economic cycles that are not beneficial to you. I'm going to show that in a second. So my value of my property is likely going to go up over time. Cool? But I'm not going to buy for appreciation. Why is that? What's the risk of that? If I buy believing that it's going to appreciate, but I'm losing money every month. Let's say you were losing $500 a month. How long can you hang on to the house? You're going to have to take money from somewhere else. You have to liquidate other assets to keep this one afloat. But if I'm making money in rent, I don't care if it appreciates. I'm making profit every month. So in recessions, as long as I'm making cash, if my paper value of my asset is going down, I don't care because I'm making profit every month. However, if I'm losing money on my rental income every month, but it's going up in value, eventually I'm going to have to sell it or I'm pulling money from somewhere else to keep this thing afloat. Does that make sense? Type 1 in the comments if you're with me on this. You with me? Cool. Price, income, cost. Let's go, Michelle. I love it. I'm in New York and the property is expensive here. What if you buy property somewhere else? Amen. There's an entire training that we have in our passive income club. How do you buy real estate out of state? One of my good buddies, Charles, he's in San Diego for $400,000. What do you think you could buy in San Diego? Anybody live in San Diego? For $400,000, do you know what you could buy in San Diego? I'm in. Yeah, but you will also have to pay the mortgage. Wait a minute. I didn't even think about that. We got to pay the mortgage? Oh, I didn't know that. It's all good. I wake up late too sometimes. Everybody type D in the comments. Why didn't you tell me you have to pay the mortgage? I thought we just didn't pay I didn't know that. All right, debt. D stands for debt. Let's say that you get $1,000 of debt. And then that debt allows you to buy an asset of some type. And that asset gives you income. And let's say that income gives you $2,000 a month. How much profit do we have? No tenants, no profit? What? You're telling me that if nobody moves into an asset, you make no profit? I never would have thought. How much profit do I have in this transaction? Let me know. That's supposed to be a K. I don't know. It's a star now. We're just going to deal with that. That's a star. This is $1,000 in profit. I'm not concerned with my debt if I'm buying more income. I'm buying profit. Buying cash flow. I'm buying cash flow. Cool? Cool? That's it. I forgot you had to pay the mortgage. I never even considered that. In my entire equation over the last almost 20 years, I totally forgot we got to pay the mortgage. Get out of here. I love you. I love you. With that attitude, you'll never get tenants. Yeah, exactly, Cindy. So, if you don't want to buy, don't buy real estate. Come back over here. I don't care what asset you buy. What are we buying? Everybody say cash flow. We're buying profit. Doesn't matter to me what asset you buy. I love you. I don't care what you do with your money. That is your money. Doesn't matter to me. You spend your money however you want. You want to go to Vegas and spend it on shady stuff? Go to Vegas and spend it on shady stuff. You want to invest in charities and give it to churches? Give it to charities and churches. I don't care. Cool? But if you want to buy cash flow, we buy assets. What falls under the asset umbrella? The definition of asset is something that produces passive income. So I don't have to trade my time for value to get active income. I've got to replace my time but still provide value. What are assets that provide value that generate income? Here's some of the examples, but you can add more in the comments. Let me know. I can buy rentals. I could buy real estate. I could buy land. I could buy ice machines. I could buy parking lots. I could buy laundromats. I could buy franchises. Could I buy foreclosures? Could I buy businesses, car washes, self-storage? The list goes on and on and on and on. What we're actually buying is cash flow. How you go about cash flow, everybody has a different angle. We buy companies, amen. So we can buy businesses. On and on and on. It doesn't matter what you buy. RVs. I could buy RVs. One of our passive income club members did that. He bought 2 RVs. He did a revenue share plan with a landowner. He didn't own any land, but he bought 2 RVs. He placed the RVs on somebody else's land. Spot 1, spot 2. He did a revenue share plan, meaning he didn't rent it, but anytime that he received income, he would give them, I don't remember their deal, it was like 10% of the income or 15% off the top. So when the revenue comes in, he gets 10%, Larry gets whatever's left over. With 2 Airstream trailers, he makes about $1,700 a month in profit. Profit is after all expenses per Airstream trailer. Larry's expenses, he's a police officer, were relatively low. So he was financially free after 2 RVs doing a revenue share plan on somebody else's land. Oh, I'm in, let's go. And if you didn't get a chance to get registered for this Saturday's class, it's at 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Eastern. If you want to register, go down here. There's a gold link right here. Boop, boop. Tap on the gold link. We're going to keep rocking and rolling. How many of you are getting something good out of this? Say me in the comments. How many of you are not? Nice. What's up, Aaron? How many of you are like, I have no idea what the hell's going on in here. How did I end up here? So if you want to register for Saturday's class, here's how you do it. Go down here. There's a gold link. Bam. And then it pops up right there. So if you want to register, go register, and then come back in the comments and say I'm in. Once you register on the next page, it says add the event to your calendar. I recommend that you do that we don't miss it. It's got all the details. On Saturday, do you explain how ice machines produce profit? Do you want to do ice machines right now? How many of you want to talk about ice machines? You don't want to wait till Saturday. I'm in, Amber. Let's go. I don't see a link. Okay, if you don't see a gold link on your side, you might have to update your TikTok app. I don't know. But you can also access it here. So tap on my green face. My green face pops up one more time. Tap it again. Now you're in my main TikTok profile. Tap on my website. Bam. And you're going to see right here, free passive income assets class. So go there, register. I'm going to go to Ice Machine. If y'all want to talk about tax savings for business owners, I can teach you that next too. Ice now, let's go. Say, okay, but you got to give me some of your favorite emojis in the comments. I will move to Ice now. And then if y'all want to, we'll go to taxes and I'll teach you about tax savings. You want to do Ice now? Ice cash flow. Let's hit the ice machines. Oh my gosh, let's do it. Let's do it. And then if we get time, what time is it? Oh yeah, we might have time. If we get time, I'll go through foreclosures too. Victoria, I'm in. Once you get into the class for Saturday at 9 a.m., come back in the comments and say I'm in. Where do you find some of your storage units? A lot. So you need to work upstream to brokers and then off-market deals. I'm getting ready to hire a sales team to find me deals. I'll teach you about some of that. But if you want to get started just in the process of evaluating, just go to Crexy.com or LoopNet.com. I'm not associated with them. They didn't pay me to say that in any kind of way. But LoopNet has commercial properties. There's all kinds of stuff. Dude, I almost bought a church on LoopNet. I didn't almost, but I saw it and I was like, that'd be cool. I guess it depends on what your definition of almost is. I didn't submit a letter of intent or give them a down payment or anything. But I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll buy a church. It had purple carpet, purple pews. I was going to buy it just for the purple carpet. And I was like, you know what? It might be cheaper just to buy purple carpet. Sounds familiar. Let's go. All right. So let's go to ice machines. Do I have any more paper left? I saw a church at a foreclosure sale a couple months ago. Dude! Oh my gosh. Let's go. LoopNet. What was the other one? The other one was Crexy. So Crexi. Crexy. That's another commercial. And then LoopNet. These are just to get you in the game, to get familiar with it. You're probably not going to find really great deals. You're not going to find really great deals on these 2 spaces, but it's a good spot to get the juices flowing. Is it exclusive to the public? No, this is public. Is it exclusive to the public? No. Is it exclusive or is it open to the public? Crexy, yeah, cool. All right, so ice machines. I'm going to teach you the first 5 steps to getting started with ice machines. There's way more detail and nuance on all of this that if I get time on Saturday, I'll go into it if you want to learn more about ice machines. We've placed several of these, so there's a lot of details that you have to look for, and placement's very important. So let's get into this. So number 1, if you want to buy ice machines, there's a couple of steps. Ice machine. You want to buy ice machines, there's a couple of different steps. Number 1, let me know in the comments, what state do you live in? Churches can be remodeled into cool Airbnbs. Dude, that's a great point, Carlos. We might need to buy it. Should we, TikTok, should we all come together, all of us collectively, throw $5 in each and go buy a church, turn it into an Airbnb and pay dividends to the investors? Did we just come up with an idea? I'm not going to manage all that. I think we'd have to like file with the Securities and Exchange Commission, and I'm not trying to pull a Grant Cardone and get sued or anything. So I don't know. We might need to talk about that though. That might be cool, like investors exclusive. Like I don't know, for accredited investor. We'll figure something out. Anyway, would that be cool? Count me in. Let's go. All right. Let's get back to ice machines. So what state are you in? Let me know in the comments. What state are you tuning in from right now? I'm going to walk you through how we buy ice machines. New Jersey in the house. Let's do it. Ice machine's a good idea if you live in the freaking cold of Boston. The cash flow in Boston's crazy because you can charge like $5.50, $6 for a bag of ice. As you know, in Boston, everything's expensive. So you can make more money per unit for the same cost from utilities, water, electricity. So you're going to have seasonal, summertime. You're not selling ice right now, but seasonal. Desert of New Mexico, Michigan, Louisiana. Got to look it up. Maryland. Yeah, Grant is in some deep, deep trouble. Florida, South Carolina, Alabama, Virginia, Florida, New York, New Mexico, North Carolina, Utah in the house. What's up, Margaretta? Good morning. Good to see you. And let's keep rocking. Idaho in the house, South Carolina, Florida, Virginia, Florida, what did I say? I don't know. Oh, I read Florida and somehow. Massachusetts, Georgia. All right, let's get into this. So that's step number 1. What state do you live in? We just did step number 1. I'm in London. Good eye, mate. Step number 1 is what state are you in? You're going to type in your state on to askjeeves.com or Google, whichever one you prefer. State DOT. Good morning, Rich. Good to see you. State DOT. So if you're in Georgia, Georgia Department of Transportation. I'm in Texas. Texas Department of Transportation. I'm going to look up traffic studies. So this is going to help to give me an idea of where some locations that the state of relaxation, let's go. That's Australia. Oh yeah, my bad. But is it though? Like, didn't they send all of their, anyway. So traffic studies, and this is going to give us an idea of where I can place it. State of confusion. So like 1A is we want to look for 10,000 to 15,000 cars a day driving on certain roadways that we want to place it. So this is step number 1. You're going to do your due diligence on this. Your state is going to have traffic counts. Have you ever driven on the highway or a road and you've seen like a black like water hose running across the road? How many of you have ever seen that before? Type 1 in the comments. Like you're driving, it goes doot doot. You're like, did I run over a body? Oh, that's like a water hose. Why is there a water hose running across the road? Good morning, Sandy. Good to see you. Yeah, that is the state Department of Transportation doing a traffic study. Every time, like old school, like go to get your brakes checked or whatever, and you drive through and it goes ding ding, or if you go get your oil changed, ding ding. That senses when a car drives by it. Well, traffic studies, they lay that water hose across it and it goes ding ding, and they're doing traffic counts in that area. So what we want to figure out is how many cars are driving on a certain roadway per day. And then number 2, oh yeah, baby, yeah. Number 2, then we want to figure, okay, in the comments, let me know, make it a little personal. You ready? Uh-oh. I always love it when somebody asks you, hey, can I ask you something personal? And I'm always, how many of you are like, uh-oh, wait, maybe, where are you going with this? I'm going to ask you something personal, you don't have a choice. Let me know in the comments, do you have an innie belly button or do you have an outie? Type in or type out. That ding ding was a call to fuel attendant. That's awesome. Do you have an innie or an outie belly button? It's all going to make sense. You're never going to forget the lesson. Do you have an innie or an outie? Let me know. Innie, outie. And I love you no matter what kind of belly button you have, baby. It's content of the character. What did MLK say? Content of the character. Not the color of the skin or the in or the outward direction of the belly button. I may have added a little bit to that speech. Innie, outie. After meal, outer. Let's go. Both. Yeah, I'm an innie before I eat. I'm an outie after I eat. Let's go. Oh my gosh. So check this out. How easy is it for somebody to get in to the location, and how easy is it for somebody to get out of the location? Engineers call this ingress egress. I don't know what all that means. I know how easy can I get my car into a location? How easy can I get out of a location? Yeah, and if you did get a chance, Got the Dark Knight's got a great point. This Saturday, I'm going into depth and detail on many different asset types. If you want to learn how to buy assets that cash flow, this Saturday, 9 a.m. Central Time, I'm going to teach you that. I go live for free. It costs you no money. If you want to register for that class, there's a gold link down here somewhere. Just tap on the gold link, and then you can get registered. And once you get registered, come in the comments and say, I'm in. So how easy can my car get in and out? If I'm driving, what's the highway in Los Angeles? Is it the 5? Something? I don't know what the highway is in LA. And it's got like 12 lanes of traffic. That highway is going to tell you that you got a ton of traffic. You got millions of cars driving by that roadway, on that roadway per day, the 405. Every day. The problem is, if I'm over here, and your ice machine's over there, and there's 37 lanes, I've got to turn all the way over there to get there, which is going to limit the number of people that can go to your thing. Additionally to that, 405, let's go. If I'm in there, and I've got to get out and I can't get out, then I'm never going to go there again. I'm going to go there once, I'm never going to come back because I can't get out without getting in a car accident, or it's hard to get out, or I got to wait like 6 minutes to get out of your parking lot. So is it easy to get in? Is it easy to get out? That's principle number 2. If that makes sense, type 2 in the comments. Everybody with me on this? Can the live be recorded? I work on Saturday. What I'm going to do is I might record it, and then I'll probably put it up in our passive income club area for the members. But shoot me a message. I'll get you squared away. We'll figure something out. Yeah, some businesses have closed because of certain highway taken down or detours. In Las Vegas, how many of you are in Las Vegas? Type Vegas in the comments. If you're in Las Vegas, Formula One came to Las Vegas. There's a famous, it was on TikTok, it was everywhere. They built a highway, like they built a bridge or something in Las Vegas right next to a gas station. Previously, he had great traffic. I'm in Vegas, not too far. So Formula One built this bridge, and then when they left the bridge there. So they're like straight bypassing how you would normally get to this gas station. This guy, I think his volume in sales was like $5 million a year in sales at his gas station. Between gas and gas stations do really crazy revenue. Gas and selling stuff inside, food, drinks, all that stuff. Now it's down like to $1 million a year because it's so hard for people to get there. It's really, we'll be in Vegas for spray foam stuff. Let's go, Jose. So you're absolutely right. Same thing, in, out. So that's principle number 2. Number 1, the state DOT, traffic studies. Number 2, in and out. And we're going to keep rocking and rolling. Now, the interesting thing is financing. If I'm going to buy an ice machine, I can use $4,000 down. And one of them that we did an equipment financing loan for $1,386 a month for 33 months. Now, I am running out of room. So let's track with this real quick. Can I join without entering my phone number? I think so. I think you can. The phone number is just so I text you the reminder, but I think you can do it without it. I don't need it. It's just to help you get all the details to it. Okay, so let's say I do $4,000 down to buy this asset. And then let's say, come over here. What's up, baby? Good morning. And then I've got a 33-month loan after that. That's going to be $1,386 a month on this. So if I'm making, after 33 months of my payments, then I'm done. The monthly payment's gone. So if I'm making, let's say, a $2,000 a month income. This is my income. This is not my profit. What's 2,000 minus, let's round it up to 1,400. What's my profit on this per month? Now, this is just the expense. There's water, there's utilities. You may have to rent or do a revenue share plan with the landowner where you place it. We're going to get to that next. What's 2,000 minus 1,400? What's my profit per month on this asset? $600 a month, right? Okay, so now I'm going to have water. I'm going to have electricity. I might have rent. We're going to figure how that's an acronym. So let's say that I zero out. That you shouldn't zero out right there, but let's say I do zero out. After 33 months, this debt is gone completely. So if I zero out for 3 years and I'm just breaking even, covered all of my expenses, after 3 years, I get this payment back. My profit goes from $0 to $1,400 a month. Is everybody tracking with me on this? Wait a minute, what? So now we can do a couple of concepts. I'm not going to dive too deep into this. This is more like in-depth. I don't mind doing this. We're just running out of time. So how much can you sell a bag of ice for? Amber, good morning. Good to see you. How much can you sell a bag of ice for? In your area, let me know in the comments. Good morning, by the way, if you're new here. My name is Will. I go live every day, and I teach you what I did to get financially free at 29. If you want to hang out with us every day, tap the follow button somewhere up here. 1, 2, 3. Boop, boop. 250. 350, $1.25, $6. Aaron, that's wild. $2 to $3, $2 to $5. Up in New England, the new Northeast, they sell it for expensive. See, New York City, $4 to $6 a bag of ice. Generally, it costs you about 25 to 35 cents to make a bag of ice. So if you're making 25 to 35 cents, you sell it for $2.50 or $3.50, you can make a great return on that. So now we can kind of reverse engineer that. And if you're new here, by the way, and you didn't get a chance to register for Saturday's class, it's free. I go into depth and teach you all the assets that we bought over the last year. If you want to register, it's free. You just come down here and tap on the gold link. When you tap on the gold link, that's how you register for Saturday's free class at 9 a.m. Central Time. Boom, there's all the details. 4 days, look at the countdown. That's cool. If you don't have the gold link down here and you want to register, tap on my green face at the top. My green face pops up again, boom. And then you're going to see my main TikTok profile. You're going to tap my website. Tap my website, and then you're in like Flynn. Cool? On the hair of your chinny chin chin. You go right here, tap on the free passive income assets class. Once you register, come back in and say I'm in. Cool? So now that we know it costs about 25 cents. Come back over here. What's up, baby? Good morning. What's the difference between the free and paid membership? 25 cents to 35 cents. Great question. We'll cover that in just a sec. So it cost me 25 cents to 35 cents per bag of ice. There's going to be a couple of variables, but that's about ballpark. And I'm selling it for, say, let's do 25 cents. And let's say I sell it for $2.50. My net profit per bag of ice is $2.25. Your profit goes up a little bit because of the plastic cost if they just dump it straight into the ice chest. So I'm making $2.25 per bag of ice. Now I'm going to divide that into let's just say we want to solve for 2,000. I don't have any more paper. 2,000 divided by $2.25. How many bags of ice do we need to sell per month? Great question. How do you find location for ice machine? I'm going to go back to that in just a sec. Does anybody know what's 2,000 divided by $2.25? I got another phone right here, baby. When you grow up, you're never going to have a calculator in your pocket. You got to learn math now. Oh, I'll show you, teacher. I'll show you, teacher. Is that right? $4,500? 4,500 bags of ice? Did I do that right? Did I do that backwards? I did it the wrong way? Yeah, that doesn't seem right. I did it the other way. 888. Yeah, that makes way more sense. That makes way more sense. You got to sell 888 bags of ice. Now, there's a couple of things that we can do inside of our marketing. The difference between a business owner that's good and that makes, or one that makes a lot of money, has nothing to do with how good they are in the business. If you're a dentist, you probably have somebody in your industry making more money than you, and they're not as good of a dentist as you. It comes down to your marketing. So inside of our marketing, if we want to make more money, who could we market to with ice machines? Who buys ice? Who buys ice? I'm in. Let's go. Good morning. Good morning. Amber Rose, 1,000. George, 888. Awesome. Who are people that buy ice? Could we like become well known to the CrossFit industry and community around us? The local gyms that want to do ice baths, boats, gas station, fishermen, absolutely. Beer drinkers, construction workers. I'm in, Tony. I'll see you there. Corner stores, fishermen, boom. Okay, so now we figured out like this audience here, this audience here, this audience here. How can we get in front of them? How can we make them offers where they want to come buy ice from us so they know we're here? Restaurants, motels. We've had a couple of people in our group that have bought an ice machine, and then they turn it into like a whole business. Well, now they have ice delivery. They charge an upcharge. They charge a monthly fee. You subscribe, they'll deliver ice to you on a monthly basis. What? Like, there's some really creative things. Gyms, gas stations, liquor store, bars. Why not car wash area? Absolutely, you could totally do that. It depends on a couple of different things. So let's come back over here. Let's recap the question on the ice machines. The question was, how do I get started buying ice machines? These are the first few steps. Number one, where do I place an ice machine? We're looking for locations with 10 to 15,000 cars or more per day, with a blend of how easy is it to get into that location, how easy is it to get out of that location. How do we find that data of how many cars are driving by per day? You're going to type in your state, DOT, Department of Transportation, traffic studies onto Google or AskJeeves.com, and you're going to find where the traffic counts are. Most states, I think all 50 states are required to have traffic counts. It's good data to know. Conveniently place it next to soda machines, for sure. Campsites. So, man, I don't have any more paper. Okay, let me show you this. We had one of our members in our passive income club. They bought an ice machine. I'm going to try to draw a map. Okay, here we go. Rest stop travel areas. So there's like this highway, and this is like a major highway, like tons of cars. You know, like the 405 in LA or whatever a major highway in your area is. And then there was like this smaller road. And then there was like this windy road down to this campsite. So what they did, and this is a good lesson for everybody in here. If you're in the club, you'll learn all these lessons. And they placed their ice machine down here. And then like, here's like a lake, and there's no more roads. The only way to get to the campground, this is a campground. The only way to get to the campground was to go down this windy road. There's no other ways to get to the campground or to the ice machine from here. What do you think the mistake is? He placed his ice machine here and he barely broke even. He broke even, so he wasn't losing money. What was the mistake? Why is it a mistake to place an ice machine down here? I suggest using back multiple times. I know, but I don't. Yeah, you're right. So, what was the mistake? It's so hard. Like, the only people going here are the campers. And those are your captive audience, and they might buy, but they also passed a couple of gas stations on the way. There's also, you missed out on all this traffic on this road. If I can place my ice machine up here, I'm still going to capture these people. Right before they turn in to go down the windy road to get to the campground, they go, oh yeah, we got to get ice. Those same people that bought down here would still buy here. However, I also capture all the traffic on this roadway and the bleed-off traffic of the highway. Cool? Now, this is a great lesson to learn. Observationally, you didn't spend any money, but you've learned the lesson through somebody else's experience, which is the entire point of hanging out with people of like-minded like us who are actively seeking and finding assets. You learning from somebody else's experience can save you a bunch of headaches and a bunch of money later. Cool? Type 1 in the comments if that makes sense and if that was helpful. Crazy! So, like naturally, the cool thing about an ice machine is you can pick it up and move it, and that's what we did. We negotiated some space, placed it up there, sales went through the roof. You still capture these people, but we're going to miss all the people. These people driving on this road don't know this is back here. They need ice too. Cool? Cool. Yes, very helpful. Let's go, Amber. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, I got to get out of here. My buddy Quinn's coming over. We got some stuff to get done. We got assets to review and some cool stuff to do. I hope you found value in this. I didn't get a chance to cover some things. Let me do this. How many of you are business owners? Type B in the comments. I don't know if I can play Bootsy. Alexa's acting a fool this morning. How many of you are business owners? Type B in the comments. I'm going to try to cover one tax savings things because the deadline potentially is tomorrow. So you don't have much time. If you're a business owner and you were operating during 2020, during like the pandy, when everything shut down, the deadline to file for a tax savings, like if you qualify for this, might be tomorrow if Congress passes this. So I'm going to show you this real quick, but I'm going to go live later. I'm going to teach you more tax savings. So the IRS has something called an ERC tax credit. An ERC tax credit is if you're a qualifying business owner. My mom loves you. Let's go. How many moms love me? Let me know in the comments. Say me if that's you. Oh my gosh, I love it. ERC tax credit. So if you're a business owner and you operated during this time frame, March 12th, 2020, but after that, and me, let's go. Oh my gosh, I love you too. Let's go. And up to January 1st, 2022, and you had employees on staff, there's a thing called an ERC tax credit. If you've heard of it, awesome. If you haven't heard of it, pay attention right now. The ERC tax credit is, it's like a grant. It's money that the IRS is going to give you that you don't have to pay back. These are very, very rare. And the deadline, potentially, if Congress passes it, I don't believe they passed it yet. The deadline that they proposed is that you have to file this by January 31st. So if you're a business owner, and how many of you are business owners and you had employees that you were paying money to, salary, wages, something like that, between March 2020 and January 1st, even including you as an employee inside of your business? If this was you, I need you to pay attention because today and then maybe tomorrow are the last 2 days ever. What if you no longer operate the business? You still may qualify. If you were operating then and paying employees, this is the reason the IRS is rewarding business owners is because you retained employees to help prevent a recession, to help prevent bad things from happening. You minimize the impact economically. That's why the IRS does this stuff. I was the only person in my business selling gourmet dog food. Dude, I love it. That's awesome. So what I set up to see if you qualify, I would submit your app to see your application to see if you qualify. Here's how you would do it. When you're in my TikTok profile, there's a giant button that says ERC. I'm going to teach you more about the ERC credit now, but if you need help to see if you qualify, the deadline might be tomorrow. Like, I wish I would have had more time during this live to do this. I give you more depth. I'm going to give you a little bit of depth here. But if you need help, and you're like, hey, I don't know if I qualify, then just go to my link in my profile, tap on ERC, and that's how you can qualify or see if you qualify. So when you're in the TikTok live, here's how you do it. Go up here, tippy tap on my green face. My green face pops up again, tap again. Now you're in my main TikTok profile, tap on my website, and then my bottom button is ERC. It's giant ERC. You can't miss it. I'm going to explain what ERC is. If you were a business owner operating during this time frame and you had employees, here's the IRS tax code that explains it more. Make sure you do your due diligence, learn about this, but you can apply and see if you qualify for it. If you operated during this time and you had an employee on staff that you were paying money to and your business was impacted, I'm going to explain what that means, impacted. The IRS will reward you for keeping them, retaining them. ERC, Employee Retention Credit. Cool? Shut down, hurt revenue. Yeah. So here we go. Here's some of the qualification. There's a couple of more, but if you hit any of these boxes, then you're in. You have reduction in your ability to provide goods or services. Let me give you an example. I had a client of mine, a one-on-one client. He was a dentist. He made a lot of money, doing really well. The pandy hit in his state. There were government orders that caused him. He would see a client, a dental patient. The patient would leave. Then his staff, like everybody in the staff, would come in and clean that room, head to toe, Ruta to the tuta, clean everything up before they could bring in their patient. That was a government order that affected his ability on the number of patients that he could see per day. Therefore, he qualified for the ERC tax credit. Does that make sense? Type 1 in the comments. So he still kept those employees on staff. He was still paying them, but his business was severely impacted because of that one thing. So that caused a reduction in his ability to provide the goods or services. So if you have some type of that and you were like some type of situation like that, whatever your business was, whether it was trucking, whatever the business, then I would go apply, because January 31st, if they pass it, then tomorrow's your last chance. So I would do it now, get it in, so you qualify under, and then get through after that. Sustain a full or partial suspension of operations, like a government order said, hey, everybody's got to stay home. If we catch you in the streets, we're going to arrest you. Like, it got crazy, right? Any of that kind of situation where you had to suspend your operations. I signed up for the ERC, fingers crossed. Awesome, I'm glad you got in. If you only owned an ice machine during the pandemic, right, yeah. And then significant decline in grocery receipts. So these are some of the qualifications for the ERC tax credit. As I said earlier, the deadline potentially, hasn't passed yet, is tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Like, this is your last shot. It was supposed to go through 2024 and all the way through 2025. But they're like, yeah, I changed our mind. So make sure you go do it. If you didn't get a chance, in my main TikTok profile, they can't get their stuff together. Maybe. It might not pass. So I would go here, but go get it submitted. In case they do, red team and blue team never agree, but if they do end up doing this, passing it, you might want to make sure that you submitted it before the deadline. Let's keep rocking. Let me show you some examples. So supply chain issues. I had one of my clients, I got a call with him on Thursday, by the way. He owns an RV dealership. During the pandy, when everything was tight, supply chain issues affected his business. He owns an RV dealership. I mean, he sells RVs. All these RVs were lined up. He couldn't sell them because the propane regulator that was required to go into that RV, that camper, to regulate the propane, he didn't have. Because of his supplier, who he was waiting on, couldn't get any raw materials to make those things. So that caused him supply chain issues. He didn't have any problems, but because of the supply chain issues affected his business, it caused him problems. Therefore, he qualifies for the ERC tax credit. Does that make sense? 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour. 1 hour. So, ERC tax credit, daycare. Obviously, daycare was severely impacted. This is one of the companies. They couldn't operate. They had government orders that shut them down for a while. And $187,000 was their tax credit. The cool thing about this program, this is all irs.gov. Go check it all out. The cool thing about that is this daycare doesn't have to pay that back. That's like the reward they get for keeping employees on staff, for retaining ERC, employee retention credit, for retaining employees during that time. Own a small grocery store and sales increased. So I qualify. Your sales can increase. You can still be affected in some of these other things. Love your work. Keep rocking. I like the dentist example. The government orders impacted his ability to see a number of patients. So he'd see a patient, then have to go clean the area. That time he couldn't see a patient. Then he'd see another patient. That patient leaves, clean another area. Over the course of the day, he lost hours of time that he could have seen a patient. So he could make more income, but because of the government orders, he had to see less people. So he didn't make what he was still severely impacted. So even if you made more money, you could still qualify. Does that make sense? Super Steve? Let's go. Awesome. Okay, let's keep rocking on this. Hilton, this is a big hotel brand. A lot of hotels obviously impacted. They did a $10 million ERC credit. And Buffalo Wild Wings, because why not? Because restaurants, of course, are severely impacted. They did $4.6 million. That was their ERC credit because of all their restaurants across the United States were super. Gotta go. See you Saturday. Let's go. Oh, yeah, we got to get out of here. So, one more thing. If you need to file, you want to file your ERC on your own, I don't recommend that. I recommend working with a tax pro, but you can. It's on your 941X. This is the IRS document that you would have to fill out. There's a couple little things you need to do on that. But if you need help doing this to see if you qualify before the deadline, the potential deadline, then in my TikTok profile, tap on the giant ERC button. Cool? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, for Saturday. Yeah, so if you didn't get a chance to register for Saturday, I would go do it right now. Saturday, I'm going to teach you all the different asset types that we bought in 2023, how you can go get started buying those assets for yourself. If you want to do that, what model ice machines? There's a lot of ice machines. I'm going to go through that. If we get time, I'll do that tomorrow. I got to cover tax savings tomorrow because I didn't get to it today. I might go live tonight too. So if you want to register for Saturday's class, I would go do it right now. Tap on the gold link in the bottom, and then it pops up right here, and that's how you can register. And then on the next page, it says add it to your calendar. I recommend you doing that. That's got all the details of the Zoom call, how you can get in, all that good stuff. So tap on the gold link down there. If you don't have a gold link, then come up here, tap on the green face, tap on the green face again. Then you're in my main TikTok profile. Tap on my website in the middle of the screen. and that's the free passive income assets class. If you're the business owner and you may qualify for the ERC, or you at least want to see if you qualify before the January 31st deadline, go tap on this button and fill that out. That's what I would do if they pass that. If Congress does finally agree to pass this thing, and there's a lot of push for this, then January 31st would be the deadline, which is tomorrow. So like you're running out of time. It's on Zoom. Yeah, it's on Zoom because I might record it for some of the people inside of our passive income club. I might record it for them so they can go back and watch it anytime, any day. Cool? 9 a.m. Central Time. I'm so sorry. I think that's 7 a.m. Pacific Time. Thanks for the info. I don't understand half of it, but I am learning. Oh my gosh, I love you so much for saying that. I'm so happy to help you. I'm gonna do my best to simplify it further so that you can start understanding it because you deserve to understand it. I'm so grateful to help you. It's 3 p.m. for me. Glad I found you. Let's go. How many of you got something good out of this? Oh my gosh. How much do you make off of these videos? No money. I made no money today. I made exactly $0. $0. Is 0 okay? But I don't have a problem making money. I think making money should be good. Money should be good. On TikTok, you make a lot of money if you have a video over a minute that does views. If it gets views, then they pay you, I think it's like RPM. So that's really how you would make a lot of money from that. The best live stream ever. Thanks for all the info. You're so welcome. Okay, let's see if we can get our girl to do some work. Alexa, play I Would Rather Be With You by Bootsy Collins.
I'd rather.
Oh, it worked. A little delay. A little delay for the suspense. A cat. I'm excited. I'm so excited too. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Oh my gosh, it's working. It's working. Okay, I hope you had a good time today. I hope you got something good out of this. If you didn't, well then we'll try again tomorrow. Okay? I love you guys. Y'all have a good one. Take care.